Hi guys, this is Raisha and I welcome you all to the third video about the EY scholarship program. Those of you who don't know about this opportunity can head over to my YouTube channel and look for the EY scholarship playlist. I have uploaded two videos on how to apply for the scholarship. This video is going to be more interesting and different from the previous ones because we have a very special guest today. His name is Yatendra Kumar and he's pursuing his Bachelor's of Engineering from Symbiosis Institute of Technology. And he's also an ardent reader on books on productivity. And the best part is he won the EY scholarship program in 2021. So we are very happy to have him here. So thank you so much, Yatendra, for being so gracious enough to accept this invitation to come to this
Yeah.
channel and share your knowledge. Welcome.
Thank you, Rayisha. Thank you so much for your kind words.
And congratulations for winning this
Yeah,
amazing opportunity, getting an opportunity to
yeah,
get 1 lakh and an internship
yeah.
at Ernst and Young. So
It was fun.
yeah, it is a pleasure to get to know
Hmm.
this opportunity to on how was your experience. So I hope you're ready, and then we can start.
Yeah, sure, fine.
Um,
We
so
can
like
go.
so like first off, I would like to ask, how did you come to know about this opportunity, about the EY scholarship program?
Yeah, so one day randomly I was just scrolling through my YouTube video and I saw one person who was saying that there's some scholarship of EY. So I didn't know that EY is a like prestige organization or global organization back then. I was just like, okay, I have an idea with myself, and there's a reward of 1 lakh rupees if I win the competition. So I
Yeah.
just go and apply for the scholarship. And
Okay.
interestingly,
That's interesting. So you just
yeah,
randomly came about this opportunity.
yeah.
So did you already have an idea in mind and you saw this opportunity and you applied for it? Or after getting to know this opportunity, did you think that I should think of an idea and then go for this opportunity?
Uh, no, in my case, it was the first case. I already was dealing with some problem. I thought like I can solve that problem. Previously, I pitched that idea in another competitions as well. So I just took it like some another competition where I can go and make my business case. I had some like you can say experience with making business case.
Okay.
Previously, I made for a competition. So from that, I already know how to make a business case. So I just make a business case of 7 slides, what they asked for, and presented it to them. That's all. I had an idea with myself.
Because I know that you're from an engineering background, and maybe after if students look for this opportunity, they'll be like, probably this is something for commerce students and we should not go for it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how do you think that someone for a non-commerce background should go for this opportunity?
Uh, I mean, it is not something related to you can say commerce background, or there isn't any background needed at all. So you just need one thing. You need to have a problem that you face every day, and then if you have a solution in your mind, you just need that, and you have both with yourself. You can prepare a business case and pitch it anywhere around any competitions, and you can just take it as another competition. Like if you have an idea, just go and pitch it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's true. And what was your idea? I want to know, I want to know from the winner, what was your idea and your approach
Yeah.
to everything?
Yeah. I mean, we consume a lot of packaged products in the market right now. So I since my high school, I didn't know any of the labels that are ingredient labels that are printed behind the package. So I never checked that. And then after certain videos, I got to know that most of the companies are actually not creating good healthy products in the market right now, and most of the people like us don't really know how to read ingredients. So what I did was I just had an idea with my mind that if we can through a app scan those ingredients, can know like if it is good for you or not. So that
So
was my idea overall.
So
So
you created an application. So I know
yeah,
that from your LinkedIn profile that you're from a computer engineering background and you like
yeah,
to
yeah,
create
yeah,
applications. So can
yeah.
you tell a bit more in detail about what was the process that you followed, that you had this idea? How
Hmm.
did you go about making the PPT and preparing for everything step by
Yeah,
step?
yeah. So first of all, I just had this idea in my mind. First of all, I had this problem. So I thought I need to solve this problem. So I gone through a multiple of solutions, like what can be the good solution for that. So after a point of time, I thought this is a good solution. Like if you can scan ingredients and people can know if it is good for them or not. So but before that, I actually did a market research. Like no, you can say not just not a big market research, but I created a Google form, surveyed it in my campus, and just ask them like do they know how to read the toxic ingredients, or do they like already know that products in the market are not good enough for the health, like that. And I asked them like, this is my idea, how would you pitch it, how would you rate it out of 5, are you going to use it or not? So these are my certain questions, and I got a really good response out of that direction. So that is how I started like building it. First of all, I learned how to make an app. So I started learning how to make an app, and when I learned that this is how we can make that app, so I uh, developed it and then started pitching it like everywhere. If it's good enough or not, I'm still working on it.
It's actually a wonderful idea. So it's bound
Yeah,
to actually get a great response. I'm pretty sure
yeah,
you must have got a tremendous response to your Google form. Really cool, like
yeah,
getting to know like which ingredient from the packaging is really good for you and not.
yeah,
That's nice.
yeah.
And like,
Hmm.
so what about how did the panel when you had like
Hmm.
first you got selected in the top 50? So like,
Yeah.
what was the reaction of the panel when they got to know about your idea?
Actually, the one thing I have figured out of the panel is they aren't looking for you to be a like perfect business person. Like you need to be a perfect person who like know how to create a business case out of 7 slides, something like that. They are just looking for one thing, a good idea. That's all. If you have a good idea and you can present it well. In my case, you can see the X factor was I have already my product developed with myself. Like
Yeah.
I was actually fully prepared to prepare my business case. Like I'm going to, but they actually stopped me in between the slides. Like I was in the second slide and they started asking me questions. They didn't even let me complete the full
Yeah, the same
like my
happened.
pitch deck.
Yeah, the same had happened with me too. Like they were like
Yeah,
they wanted to know like what was
exactly.
like the presentation rather than what's actually written over there. They
Yeah,
want to know
yeah,
more about you.
yeah. So I showed also a blunder happened that my video stopped working. Like my video wasn't working, the slide that I put. So I stopped the slide and again go to my laptop. I said, just give me a minute. So it wasn't like my the way I designed in my mind that my picture deck must go. It wasn't like that, but still like they were impressed with my product. I think that was the key factor that led me win this EVA scholarship.
Yeah, because like apart from pitching your idea, you actually had the product in hand. So
Yeah, that was the X factor, you can see.
so you can say that it really helped in validating your
Mhm.
idea,
Uh,
what you were presenting in.
yeah,
And
basically uh, they they easily in my first 1 to 2 slides they were not easily understanding what am I pitching. Like they are not getting what was my idea. So he again asked me like, what was the idea? I just need to know what idea you are working on right now. So I showed them my product and it gave them a full clarity. Like, okay, this is what I am building. And then they were like, he was really happy. He even gave me a email ID like, whenever you're this project is completed, send me the API file.
okay,
Yeah.
that's so cool. And like firstly, you also know that the first thing that you have to clear is like getting into the top 50. So
Yes.
during that time, no one is actually listening to your idea. It's just your
Hmm.
presentation is speaking for itself.
Hmm. Yes,
So
that's true.
how did you make your presentation? Like, was it the regular putting bullet points and just
No,
sending it to them? Like, how was it? Can you explain so
you
that
have to go and
everyone can know how
hmm,
they can make the presentation so that they can win this competition?
yeah. So first of all, you have to go an extra mile. Like what everyone is doing, just do a little bit more. So what my little bit more was, I showed them through using pie charts, graphical data representation. Which they have just given you 7 slides to explain your full idea. In those 7 slides, you have to explain your market size, your problem, the solution that you have worked on, your prototype, if any available, and then what is the revenue hypothesis. So for that, I think the best measure is to include some graphs and pie charts, and embedding as much information as you can, but in a good visual way. Like it must not be like a paragraph. It's I have to put a lot of information into just 7 slides. So the best thing in my mind was to use some graphs, some charts and data, so that they can easily visualize whatever is written in the PPT. So I think that's the good way to approach making the business case.
Yeah, exactly. And you must have also faced a lot of like hurdles while preparing the presentation. You must have
Yeah.
changed it quite a lot, shifted a
Hmm.
lot of things. So,
Yeah.
like, what was the process? Like, did you get demotivated at certain point that what am I doing? Should I just stop it or something like that?
Everybody faces this problem. At one point of time, you will feel like, okay, I will apply next year, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, those feelings comes into the mind. It's like human nature. But at the end, you must feel like, okay, I have to submit. There's no another way. Basically, you don't self-reject yourself. That's the first point. Don't self-reject. At least give them whatever you have in your mind, whatever you can prepare. It is not something that is only available for BBA persons or commerce person or some people who know how to make a business case.
Mhm.
It's not that difficult. If you have a problem, if you had an idea like how you can solve this problem, just go on with it and make a business case out of it.
That is very sound advice because this is one problem that everyone faces. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you can have you start having self-doubt, yeah, because maybe some other people are doing more like better they're coming up with better ideas,
Hmm.
or like you start thinking whether your idea is like not so good enough, and probably you're like, yeah, that's exactly what it is, like self-rejecting. So
Yeah.
that's something that you, yeah, like advise the participants not to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Just don't self-reflect. At least participate.
yeah,
The
at
best
least
thing that can happen is you are going to win the scholarship, and the worst is you are not going to lose anything.
absolutely, and that's
Yeah.
perfect, right? Like, who would like to miss the opportunity of like
Yeah.
interning at EVA and getting online?
Yeah.
So why not just go for it? Because nobody's gonna kill you to participate in the competition,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
So, like, what is your advice on to those who are a bit afraid to go for business case competitions? Like you also, because you had prior experience, right, in business case competitions.
But then again, that experience must have been first experience as well. Like for that also, I faced some hurdles. Like, should I apply? Basically, I applied for the Eureka competition, which is conducted by the IITB for the which is Asia's largest, you can say, business competition.
Okay.
So from there, I learned a lot, like how to make business case, and like that. There also, I felt like I must not submit. I don't have a good enough idea. I don't know how to make revenue out of it.
Mm.
Basically, I didn't know anything. I just have two things. First of all, is the problem. Second one is the idea, like how I can solve this problem. Anything apart from that, like market validation, market size, revenue hypothesis, I didn't know any of that. So I literally created my own market size. Like, how can you create a market size? For example, in my case, I'm creating a product which is good for the only healthy like for the customer target segment, those who are literally conscious about their health and are of affluent class. So I started looking for the surveys, like in India, how much of people are actually from affluent class and they care about their health. So I found a survey where they said somewhere around 12 million people right now are health conscious individuals. So I started making my revenue hypothesis out of that. Okay, out of this, if I can penetrate 10% of the market, like for example, let's just say 12 million people are health conscious individuals. If I can reach in the first year only 1.2 million, not, and I can create a revenue hypothesis out of that. Okay, 1.2 million people are using my products, and if my subscription cost is, you can say, 500 rupees per month. So out of that, I can create a hypothesis of for a whole year, annual hypothesis, quarter by quarter also. So that way you can work like and also my advice would be, if you get selected for the top 50, keep your PPT short, your pitching short. Like they say that you have 20 minutes to pitch your idea, like 10 minutes for pitching yourself and then 10 minutes for the FAQ. But my advice would be just take 3 to 4 minutes to complete your whole pitch deck, and then give them like 15 minutes to ask questions as much as possible.
They just want to know, like, they keep on going, what is your idea? What is your idea? They don't want to hear what story you have written in the presentation.
They aren't interested in like lame information. Like they already know. Like you have created these revenue projections by yourself. They already know that. So what they're interested in the idea, like what you are working on right now, and maybe a business model as well, like how you're going to create money out of it.
Exactly.
That's all.
Like what kind of questions, like in the Q&A, if I say, what were the questions that they asked you and how did you answer it?
So first of all, they made me really comfortable. Kudos for that. Like they're good with the participants. They're- yeah, really funny. Both of them were really funny, and like so. I started with my presentation. I did whatever I prepared, which is not much. I prepared very the least I could prepare. So I just go on and started pitching my deck, and then while I was pitching, they stopped me and started asking me questions. Okay, what is the idea? What is the problem that you are trying to solve? And I wasn't clear in explaining what was I trying to like. What is my idea? So uh, I basically showed them. I think the product that I built, they
Yeah.
were easy to. It was easier to understand from that product itself, like what I am trying to pitch here. So if you have a product with yourself, it increases your chances significantly to win the competition. That I would say.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're just proposing the idea, then they'll probably not be that interested.
Yeah.
Because it's always great to be step ahead and be
Yeah.
different from the other participants. Everyone is coming with their PPTs, but not
Exactly.
everyone has like put up their
Then some.
product into the final shape and like or ready
Yeah.
for the market. So I guess they're more interested in that because
Yeah.
that
If
gives
it
you entrepreneurship.
if you don't have a like a product based something business, then you can do some market research, like survey the form, give it to as many people as possible. Through that survey you can create your own informations, like you can put how many people are interested in your idea actually, and they are interested in what you have done to create this idea from virtual to real. So that is what I can say can give you a major leverage in pitching your idea.
Yeah, so like if someone is pitching something for an NGO, like they don't possibly have a product.
Exactly.
For that, like what do you suggest? A Google form is a good start.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Surveying is a really good start, and if you have a if you can assemble a team for that NGO, like we have a team of 3-4 people who are like already working, like you have already impacted 10 to 15 people, you can get their testimonials. Like this is the best thing you can do if you have a not-for-profit business case. So I think that basically uh, from virtual to real, bringing your idea from virtual to real. That's a
Like hearing from you, I can say that you were like you didn't just enter this competition for the sake of it because you're pretty
yeah
passionate about your
yeah
product. So
yeah
like it reflects. This is also one of the criterias given in their PDF. So like you're saying, it's a great idea, like to make a team and then get their
Hmm.
test. But only that person can do this thing who's actually passionate, wants to do that thing. So like if some random person goes about, yeah, I just want to like enter this competition. So that's not
Yeah.
probably gonna work.
Yeah, that's why they don't announce random winners. You have to go an extra mile for that.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's amazing because like
But the
your
least I could say is at least participate. Like it will help you a lot in preparing business case. If you have any idea in your mind, you will actually start working on that idea just through these competitions. So that's a good way to start.
perfect. And like is there anything else that you would like to like? It's free for you.
Hmm.
Anything that you want to mention or share with the, those who want to participate in this program?
Yeah, okay. So I mean it is open to everyone. So don't think if you are from engineering background, from any background. I don't think they ask from the graduation degree as well.
No.
I don't have. So see, they don't even ask for graduation degree itself. So it is open to all. If you have any idea in your mind, or you have a solution for it. That is how I can solve this problem. You can go on to create a market survey first of all, so that you can validate if your idea is good enough or not. And then if your idea is good enough, you have their emails as well. Just start working on this idea. Once that is complete, you can circulate that product into the email list that you have got, and then you can start participating in multiple competitions and take this EY Scholar as one of the competitions for achieving that product.
Right. So I guess like when you started off with participating in Eureka, right? So it
Yeah.
really helped you understanding the business lingo, because like business also has a lot of like aspects to
Huh.
it, so you get to know a lot of different new words.
Yeah, before Eureka, my vocab in business was really, really low. I didn't even know what are the terms that I used for actually put like explaining to the investors, or you can the panelists. They are looking for certain keywords that you are going to use. I didn't know any of those keywords. So participating in that competition helped me learn those keywords. Okay, this is the customer acquisition cost. Okay, this is the customer lifetime value, and everything like that. So that's how I understood. Okay, this is how the business world work, and this is how the technical world work, and you have to merge it together to create a product.
So the key here is like you are not gonna get your shot in the very first thing that you do, right?
Yeah,
So you get a lot
that's
of
so true.
learning experience.
Hmm. That is so true. You are not going to get your shot in the first try itself. Like I wasn't even selected in much most of the programs in our first shot itself. It is, you can say, like one of my first good achievements.
Yeah, but
So
because but you the good thing is that after like participating in these competitions, you had this in mind that you want to learn from it,
yeah,
and you took the positives out from it and actually worked for it. That is why you won this competition. Had you been like, okay, fine, I just lost, I'm not gonna participate in these competitions again because it is, like it's, damaged my self-esteem and all that. But
yeah,
but you just went for it and practiced.
yeah.
Are you interested in like startups or like starting on own thing or something like that?
Yeah, I
They
mean, if you go
probably must
through,
have
if you go,
motivated,
yeah,
the
if you
EVA
go through,
managers must have motivated you. Like,
yeah, if you go through my LinkedIn profile, you will get to know I'm really interested in creating products. All that. Although I'll take it as a side hustle for now. Like you need to have a cushion to create something. So
absolutely. But now maybe you have a product and you can work more on that and see
yeah,
like where it leads in the future. It's amazing like what you're doing at your age. And like it
yeah,
would be a source of inspiration to a lot of different people our age. So
yeah, maybe.
that's amazing. So and like your parents must have been pretty like amazed, like, wow, you got this opportunity, and
Yeah,
how was it?
actually, it's pretty funny. Like when I told them that I have won this competition, they weren't much interested. Okay, I said I have won 1 lakh rupees. Okay, they were like, okay, fine, good.
Really?
Once I showed them the trophy that I have received, trophy and the certificate, now they were happy. Okay, I have my trophy and the certificate, and they can show it to people.
Yeah, they're like,
Okay,
we want the credentials, we want the
yeah,
proof. Like, yes,
yeah, yeah, exactly.
yeah, my son has done this thing. Yeah, he has this trophy for the same. And
Yeah.
did you get the opportunity to intern at EY, or like it was not possible at that time or something?
Um, it wasn't possible at that time, but I have given them a date. Like this is when it's possible, because right now I'm pursuing my college as well, and
Yeah,
now they have got offline, so there aren't any chances to go
exactly.
with it. Yeah.
So,
So
but they are like flexible that
yeah,
you
they are really flexible.
that 3 month is like fixed for you. You can do it anytime.
Yeah, they're really flexible. So I've given them a date somewhere around November mid. Like I can join them.
Okay,
So they
that's
said okay.
that's pretty nice. Like I thought, like if you just miss an opportunity for that year, then you're not eligible for the scholarship. I mean,
No,
that internship.
no, they are really flexible. Like they are the sweetest people I've met. Like the point of contact also were like, okay, yeah, we can go on with it. So that
Okay.
they are flexible. Like
Well, that's nice. So now everyone knows, like, directly from the winner that this is a great opportunity and it's a
yeah,
great organization. So having it as, a like, a feather on top.
yeah, you can
Yeah,
say.
absolutely. So I guess that's about it. And it was really lovely to get your insights on your experience for this internship. And thank you so much for joining and taking out the time to
Thank
share
you
your
for
knowledge
having me.
with everyone. This video is going to be very beneficial for a lot of students who want to participate in this internship program. So thank
Yeah,
you so much for appearing and
yeah. Thank you so much, Yasha, for having me.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you.